conversation, you will be inspired. We're singing that will make your heart a little lighter. There's no time like this time. You can turn your thoughts higher to a place of peace where things are much calmer. Our time together bring you to your destiny. People all together in perfect harmony. The Loretta Merritt Show. The Loretta Merritt Show. Come and join the conversation. You will be inspired. We're singing that will make your heart a little lighter. There's no time like this time. You can turn your thoughts higher to a place of peace where things are much calmer. Our time together bring you to your destiny. People all together in perfect harmony. The Loretta Merritt Show. The Loretta Merritt Show.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Loretta Merritt Show, an inspirational music and conversation experience to encourage, to uplift, to inspire, to inform, to enlighten, and motivate through the power of singing and learning. I am your host, Loretta Merritt, and I'm also a gospel artist. The show is held every third Sunday of the month at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on live YouTube as well as Facebook. So subscribe to the channel, like, send some positive comments, and share. It is Black History Month, and we are so thankful and grateful for those who have paved the way for us today to have wonderful and great opportunities. Well, tonight we have some Black excellence that you are going to have the opportunity to learn from. So one of our guests tonight is a producer, actually a Grammy-nominated platinum producer who produced my single, His Name. And you can hear my single streaming on all digital platforms. But I also had the opportunity to do a music video in Atlanta, Georgia, as well as New York. So I want you to hear a little snippet of my music video, His Name. So check it out.
They ought to know you're incredible. And if you want to know the name, His name is Jesus. Jesus. You can trust Him to provide. Name is Jesus. Jesus. Ain't no mountain that's too high, and ain't no mountain you can't climb. He overcame this world with His life. Only Jesus, my sweet Jesus.
Okay, His Name. I hope you enjoy that snippet. You can watch the full video on YouTube. So let's get straight into the program tonight, because I know that's what you guys are here for, to see and hear from the special guest tonight. Well, my first guest is a multifaceted singer, songwriter, and artist, Ishmael Aquino. He has his own brand of urban, international inspired music. Ishmael is forging a whole new lane of gospel international music, and his hope is to inspire a whole generation of believers who wants to dance and wants to feel the Spirit of God to a beat that they can understand. This is the new inspired sound of R&P. Introducing the Prince of Rhythm and Praise, Ishmael Aquino.
Hey, how are you, Loretta?
Hey, Ishmael, thank you so much for being here with me tonight. I'm so excited that you are here. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you
You
so
are
much.
so welcome. So, Ishmael, I know you have your new single out called Use Me. Tell us a little bit about your single.
All right. So Use Me literally was a prayer answered from God. For a very long time I was pursuing secular music, the secular world. And I felt like 5 years ago when I gave my life to Christ, I was at a crossroads and I just didn't understand exactly where God wanted to lead me. And so I remember profoundly asking him to, give me a sign, if he gave me a song, if he birthed a song inside of my heart that spoke about his goodness and spoke about what the things that I wanted to see change in my life, and just really a declaration of wanting him to use me, I said, then that will be my answer to, pursue this genre. And he did. He gave me the song Use Me, and that's how Use Me was birthed. And, I partnered with Makiba Riddick Wood, and she and I started working together, and, Use Me is now what it is. And so I am just truly humbled by the message in the song. And my prayer is just that it will truly, inspire the next generation, and just inspire people to let them know that God is willing and able to use us.
Yes.
We just have to be ready and be that vessel. We have to surrender. We have to surrender to God, and that's literally what I had to do. I had to
Absolutely.
lay my life down and surrender everything,
Right.
and not say what would Ishmael do, but then ask what would God do.
God
instead
do.
of that,
Exactly. Love it. I love it, Ishmael. Yes. And that's what we want. We want to be used by God. So Ishmael, I'm excited. I know everybody want to hear this song, Use Me. I certainly do. So without further ado, please help us out by hearing you sing your song, Use Me.
All right. So this right here is called Use Me, y'all. All right. Hey. I was a pro at hiding, hate to admit it, but I can't deny. Ripping the mask off again, unashamed, showing all of my scars. Because of you, I found peace in everything that I do, and I ain't never ashamed. I'm shining on the brother. Hey, my done with it, my done with it. My done sinning, the world you living. In him I found my freedom, that's how I know. Hey, done saving my life, I wouldn't lose it. Give it all to you, Lord, I want you to use it. I wanted the fame, wanna chase the lies, but if it ain't you, then it just ain't right. You rescue my life, I want you to use me. I was a pro at running, going faster than a farmer. What you say will hurt me again. I made in this image and I know my word. He gave his life for me, and shed his blood and sacrifice. So I will go all the way, even in the desert I will always obey. My done with it, my done with it. My done sinning, the world living. In him I found my freedom. That's how I know I need him. It's saving my life, I wouldn't lose it. Woo! Give it all to you, Lord, I want you to use it. I wanted the fame, wanna chase the lies, but if it ain't you, then it just ain't right. To rescue my life, I want you to use me. It's my favorite part. Hey, but you say you are godless, fearfully made and created in his likeness. With Jah I am fearless, and them can't stop your show, and them can't rock your boat. But you say you are godless, fearfully made and created in his likeness. Stand tall like a fortress, and them can't stop your show. Ooh, I wanna lose it. I want you to use it, yeah. Lord, I want you to use me. I want you to use me to save in my life. Woo! Give it all to you, Lord. Fame wanna chase the light. Just ain't right. Woo! The saving my life. If you know you want the Lord to use you, hey, talk to me nice. Hey, that's use me on all platforms.
Yes, come rescue my life. I want you to use me. Hey, come rescue my life. I want you to use me. Yes, Lord, we want you to use us. Ishmael, wow, that was great. I thank you so much for rendering us with that song. Ishmael, what are you currently working on?
So right now I'm currently working on just writing, working on actually my EP. That should be coming soon, and yeah, just allowing God to just orchestrate my steps, and we'll see. But more things to come. More things to come.
That sounds great. That sounds good. So tell us, where can we reach you? Where could viewers and everyone else? Where can we find your single, and how can people contact you?
So right now, my single is on all digital platforms. It's everywhere. It's called Use Me. And again, that is by Ishmael Aquino. And you can contact me literally anywhere. On Facebook, is Ishmael McKinson. On Instagram, it's Ishmael Aquino. That is ISHMAEL AKENO. That's it, Ishmael Aquino.
Wonderful. Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for what you're doing, getting and spreading the gospel out, and just inspiring and uplifting others. Continue. I'm one of your biggest supporters. So
likewise, God bless. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful evening, a great week. Thank you so much, Ishmael.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, so that was Ishmael Aquino bringing to us Use Me. Now, our second guest, Anthony Kid Class Wyley, is an American Grammy-nominated producer, songwriter, and record executive. He is the CEO and founder of MADAR Entertainment, which stands for Making a Dream a Reality. Under the helm of his independently founded production company, MADAR Entertainment, Class has contributed to a wealth of notable production credits, including YG's Left Right, Platinum Certification, Raheem Devon's Don't Come Easy. He was the producer. Number 3 on R&B Billboard chart, and Won't He Do It remix by gospel artist Corinne Hawthorne. He was a primary producer, Grammy nominee. It was a Stellar Awards nominee, and Won't He Do It was the number 1 on Billboard Gospel for 40 plus weeks. That's amazing, right? And he is also a Dove Awards winner for Contemporary Gospel Album of the Year, Corinne Hawthorne, I Am, where he was also the producer. He also had some other collaborators, which include Usher, Rich the Kid, Little Dirk, Kevin Gates, and a host of others. So without further ado, Grammy-nominated platinum producer, Kid Class. Hey, Kid Class.
Hello, how you doing?
Hi, thank you. Thank you for joining us this evening. I am so very excited that you are with us tonight. Kid Class, thank you. Kid, we want to know, who is Kid Class? So Kid, where are you from, and what made you decide to get into music?
So I was born in Maryland, but I've lived in Atlanta pretty much all my life. So, yep, I'm from East Atlanta. What made me get into music? Um, Really, it was just well, I had stopped playing basketball. Well, I got cut from the basketball team.
Oh.
It's cool. It's cool. It birthed a whole new path. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So from leaving the basketball team, it was pretty much like just in the area. Everybody was just doing music at the time. It was pretty much like a Soulja Boy era. So yeah, and I just happened to get into it and loved it and continued.
And you never turn back to sports, huh?
Right, right. You know what I mean? I was too short. That's what the coach told me. I was too short.
Do you think you ever want to one day, tap back into sports in some other areas of sports, or is this is it for you?
That's a great question. I haven't thought about it.
Mhm.
Maybe it'll be through music somehow. Maybe producing radio. ESPN commercials or something. You know what I mean? You never know.
Right. Got you. So, Kat, I want to ask you a few questions. Tell us, what is your creative process? Where do you draw your inspiration from when you're doing your music and putting your music?
I guess my process is, it's pretty simple. I don't have anything elaborate, but as far as drawing inspiration, I draw inspiration from other people's music, to be honest. Yeah, like just, I might be in the middle of a store, hear a song, and then, just, the way it makes me feel. I'm like, oh man, like I need to do something along this vibe. I don't know, like it's more of a feeling thing. But I listen to so much music. I feel like I draw inspiration off of other people's music.
Yeah. Can you name some of those other people's music where you draw your inspiration from? Who are some of those people that you draw your inspiration from?
Kanye is one of my favorite artists.
All right.
Drake. I guess all the top artists, they're just the game. But I also like to be innovative, you know what I mean? And that's actually partly of how I want to do it, kind of just, came along because it's about innovation. I like to listen to those artists that innovate the game, and obviously that's why I look at Kanye the way I do.
Yeah, and that's why you are pretty successful right now, and why you do what you do really, really well.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you produce my single, His Name, and Makiba, of course, is the songwriter for that. His Name, and I showed a little snippet on the music video. Tell me, I mean, how did that come about? How, what made you decide, okay, we're going to do this particular song, His Name? Where did that inspiration come from when you created that particular song?
So I actually got with my guy, Marcus. He's a incredible guitarist or whatever. So when we got together, it's just, it just kind of writes itself at that point, just from a production aspect. But I knew I wanted it to be like a once again a feeling, like just kind of like a party vibe, but not party. You know what I mean? That's why the drums do the
yeah.
Dun, 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 you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that I knew immediately that's what I wanted to do. But as far as just getting with Makiba, I know she's also an up-tempo writer.
Yes.
She loves up-tempo stuff. And she can obviously, but she loves the move. So yeah, when I played that beat,
Well, when I first heard it, and Makiba, she said, "Hey, Loretta, I have a song for you to listen to," and she at the time also, of course, written the lyrics to it. I just instantly was connected. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do this song. And Makiba's like, okay, I'm not really sure if you could do this, Loretta, because, maybe not, she knows my style, And I said, so we was like, okay, we're going to do another song. She said, but I'll sing you another song. And I was like, oh, okay. And then when I was home, I just kept listening to it. I said, nah. I love this song. Right. I'm like totally connected to this song. I have got to do this song. Right. So I went back to her saying, Makiba, I want to do it. I could do it. I can do the song. So, she brought me.
You pulled it off. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, so I was excited. So yeah, the music I love the music. Like you said, I love, and I love the beat too, I love the beat. Moving. Exactly. And then the lyrics, it really resonated with me, the lyrics that she put on top of it. Right. So it was, to me, it was great. And I love it. Right. So I have another question for you. Speaking of beats and producer, I've heard different things about what a producer is. So, but there are some guys out here who just creates. They are beat makers. Right. Can you tell me the difference, or tell us the difference between a beat maker versus a producer? Is there a difference? And if so, what is that?
To me, the difference, a beat maker is just simply what the title is, beat maker. They just but producer is a person who pretty much sees the final product to the end. Just like that record, it wasn't just sent to Makiba or just sent to you, or normally beat makers just send it to artists, or they just emailing and stuff like that. But with that record, it was not from I mixed it to just even sitting with Makiba to come up with the lyrics and to know that this writer is the person to even bring out what needs to be done on this record. It's just really the glue. Everything, you know what I mean? So some beats not to give to this writer. I'm not gonna say not to, but it's just, if you're trying to pull off this idea, it's you have specific writers that can help bring that out. Same thing with a live instrumentalist. I know Marcus will bring out this feel from a guitar standpoint. I could take it to wherever, and if I want pop guitars, I go to somebody else. You know what I mean?
Right. So do you feel that's the same way? Like you said that when you create your song, you'll take it to Makiba, like which songwriter would it will come together, it would glue together. Do you also feel the same way about that with what artist is receiving it as well? Because isn't that pretty important too? Like, you spent that time creating it, you give it to an amazing writer such as Makiba. Isn't it also important to who is going to deliver this song in, when it comes down to it?
Yeah, no, it's definitely important. And, a lot of times, when getting in writers, you don't know who, it's going to go to. You have your projections or, or whoever, but you don't know. But the good part is when knowing who the artist is, you definitely know what writer you want to deal with as a producer,
Right. Good.
Or what beat maker, because every producer don't even make beats. So they may know even what beat maker they want to go to do the whole gluing process. You know what I mean? Like if you want to do a country song and you come to me, I might go to another guitarist or another whatever. Like I would just study that realm of things and then just even go to maybe a beat maker or go to whoever to make sure that this vision comes to life. And that's the whole point of producing when dealing with the artist.
Right. Wow. That's good. That's really, really good to know. And just to take it a little further, could you tell us, what is the process to getting a song placed? because there are a lot of producers out here, and a lot of producers want to get their music to, you know, the right person, just wanting to getting it placed. Is there a particular way about going about doing that producers can do to get their songs placed?
It's really no particular way. The biggest thing is just networking. You know, from going to different events and just mingling. You can't just make a bunch of beats in your room and expect, you know, it to be placed somewhere if nobody even knows anything about what you've created, you know. So but yes, I think the number one thing is, you know, networking and attending, whether it's panels or whatever, just to, if there's the next person who can get to more artists, you definitely need to talk to them.
Okay.
And if you're not the talker, then get somebody who is the you know, to be on your team, and pretty much, you know, that hypes you up every time they're around the next person. Yeah.
That sounds good. So yeah, you everyone out there who are trying to get your song placed, you know, one of the key things, as Kit mentioned, is really networking. You know, networking, you know, building that relationship, you know, being around the right people to help you, and, you know, also be talking to
working across too. A lot of times people aim to work. I mean, there's nothing wrong with aiming to work with these huge names or whatever, but you never know who your neighbor is going to become. So
exactly. Yeah. And sometimes I think people, you know, out of fear that sometimes they might not go ahead and do it, you know, like, oh, maybe, you know, just out of fear of doing it, meeting people, networking. And I think that's something that maybe people have to also work on, is working on your fear and not being afraid to, you know, put yourself out there.
Right.
People network.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, Ked, what would you say, what would make a great producer? Because I know you are one of them. You know, what makes a great producer?
Studying. Studying what's out, but not in the way of copying. Just also studying from a, you know, whether it's a format thing. If I can give you a comparison, it's more so like, if you look at the 70s, you know, people had these long intros and people was talking, you know, and then the song may start like at 3 minutes. And then you look at now, and the song is 3 minutes. Or now some is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And then so just even as a producer, you know, not to make this long intro because it's different time. So it's just about studying the actual music. You know, intro now may be 2 bars, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Or, you know what I mean? So the type of drums, you know, just always staying current on your sound selections, you know. There's so many, with the internet now, there's so many ways to get different sounds with these different subscriptions and stuff like that. So that, you know, staying current, I'm trying to think of making a good producer. And a good producer is definitely a great networker. We go outside of just beat making. A good producer, like I said, is the glue, and knows a lot of people and know how to get things accomplished.
Right. Wow, that's a lot of great information, and I totally agree with all of that. So, Ket, you won the Dove Award winner for Contemporary Gospel Album of the Year. Corbin Hawthorne, I Am. Tell me, how does that feel? What does that feel like? I mean, you've been nominated, not just, you know, you won the Dove Awards, but you also been nominated as, you know, Grammy-Nominated, Stellar Awards nominee. What does that feel like? You know, how do you feel about, you know, all these wonderful accomplishments?
And I don't know. I need to learn to live in the moment a little bit better. I'm so focused on like the next thing. And I think that comes from basketball. You know, you just win a game, and like we was taught that, all right, you know, you got another game. You haven't won the, you know what I mean? So for me, I'm always on to the next. So it's hard to really say, but it feels good to be acknowledged by your peers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's amazing in itself to just be recognized. But there's always the next.
Yeah, but you keep on being great, you will be winning more, you'll hit that Grammy winner as well. I mean,
Right.
it's coming. You're close. You're so close.
Right. Yes. It's always exciting though. It's always exciting to know that what you're doing and these thoughts, just from even being a producer and just know that it's almost validation of everything that you're working on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a way of validating it and knowing that you're on the right path from a sound standpoint to wherever, and to a relationship standpoint.
Right. Well, you've done it. You've done an amazing job, and you are amazing, and your music is phenomenal. And that's why you won. your team. Yeah, and I love the song, Sunday, I love it. One of the songs that you produce on I Am album. I mean, it's great. It's fun. It's light. I mean, I just love it. I love the new music video that was done.
Right.
Yeah, it was absolutely great. So my other question I wanted to ask you is, I know currently you are in pursuit of a nonprofit component of your entertainment company.
Right.
Tell us about that and how is it progressing?
So right now we're gonna be talking it over, but we're trying to figure out how we want to go about it, and how we should incorporate like what we do from a day-to-day basis into the nonprofit stuff. 'Cause we don't want to just feed the homeless or whatever. Like we do that already, but just kind of want to be different in a way. Like one year we did a raffle and chose specific families to and we gave them like the whole Thanksgiving and stuff, and then
oh, that's beautiful. Wow.
But then it was one idea of going to a restaurant and just pretty much tipping a certain amount over to a struggling waitress or something, but but it's kind of hard to know that. So it's just it's trying to figure it out, but it's gonna be different in however we do it. So I don't have a solid like this is what this foundation is about yet, but
So what made you decide you wanted to do that? Because I know, you totally like music production, all about music, which is really great, that the work that you're doing, feeding the homeless and, giving, meals to family members and, unfortunate people. What made you decide that, this is something, I feel like this is something that I should be doing, including with the music?
It's something I always love doing, which is why I don't have a lot of footage of it. But people told me long ago I need to start even getting content of that, just just the times we're in. But it's just something I just genuinely always love doing. You know what I mean? I don't think nobody just wants to be on in a bad position.
Right.
You know what I mean? But sometimes it just happens. So if I'm in a good position, what I mean, I'm more than willing to help. However I can. So that's just where it stems from, and a lot of people that's around me was pretty much on the same time.
That's beautiful. That's wonderful, and it really shows your compassion to human. Just being out there willing to help others. And I think it's just something good that you're doing along with your music, but also doing something outside of music. And it personally it just shows who you are as well as a person, good, caring, kind, warm, Christ-like person.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
Right.
So, Kid, I'm going to wrap this up, and I just have one last question for you.
Okay.
You've accomplished so much, with your music production. What words of encouragement, advice would you give to someone who wants to make their dream a reality?
Really going back to networking, I think that's the one of the. I mean, just when I did like quit my job and stuff like that, that was one of the first. Not one of that. That was the first thing I did. Any event that was happening around what I wanted to do, I made sure I was there front and center, talking to everybody. You know, I think a lot of mistakes people do is feel like they're too cool to you know, to have a conversation. I even see artists do the same thing. Just they might go perform and then just sit in the back of the room, and it's like, you know, it's like, I mean, you want to get opinions, you want to get, and everybody's opinion, you know, isn't, it's, you know, it shouldn't stick on you. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's how you go crazy. But you know, it's just a way of interacting, because you never know what the next person has to give, or just even to add to your profession. You know what I mean? So I think I think that's, you know, a major way, and learn how to be used. I mean, I think that's very major as well. Just if you got a service or whatever, you know, you can barter, you can do whatever, but you know, yeah, that's I think that's my words of encouraging the upcoming producers, artists, but just keep going too. Don't give up. Like I know it sounds general or whatever, or cliche, but it's real. Like, I mean, you do something consistently, I mean, you have no choice but to win.
Absolutely. And you are so absolutely right about that. You know, that's my motto, you know, stay focused, you know, prioritize, don't give up, because the failure is not doing it at all. So you have to really put yourself out there. And as you mentioned, you know, connect with people, network, build relationships, build a supporting team who can assist you and help you out, and be ready to be used. Ask questions, you know, and the key for me is, you know, allow God to use you.
Sure.
As Ishmael had sung, you know, in his words, you know, whatever, you know, it is, Lord, you know, use me for your service. And when God is in the midst of it, or all over it, whatever it is that you want, you know, you go to God, ask, believe, have faith, you know, get rid of the fear, because that stops a lot of people, and God will use you, and you will start walking into your destiny. You know, trust him, believe him. Kid Class, thank you so very much for being here this evening with me. I appreciate it. I know you're a busy man, you're a busy producer. So just having the opportunity to chat with you a little bit, to, you know, give some gems to those who are listening. I really appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful evening and a great week ahead of you.
You do the same.
Thank you. Take care. Bye. So everyone, thank you so much for joining this evening for the Loretta Merritt Show. I hope that what was sung and the words that were said encourage you some, you know, to inspire you, to motivate you, to tell yourself, you know what, if they can do it, I can do it too. You know, we are out here, we live in this world, it's open, you know, no one can stop you from moving to what you want to do in life. So if you have a passion, right? If you have a goal, start walking into it. Pray about it. Ask God. If you're not even sure, like, okay, what is it that I'm supposed to do? Ask God, what is my purpose on this world, in this earth? You know, I tend to tell people, you know, when you have a passion, you know, kind of know what your passion is. When you have something that you love, and I mean like truly love, that you think about it all the time, you know, it's on your mind all the time. You might see it somewhere else and you're like, wow, that, you know, I see myself doing that. You know, when you see that happening to you, that's your passion. That's your purpose. And sometimes it might not always be about money. Okay, it's great if you can make the money. That's wonderful, right? You know, because we all have expenses and, you know, you need the money. However, put aside the money. If this is like, yo, I love this so much, you better believe that's your purpose. It could be a cook. It could be a chef. It could be a technology person. It could be whatever. It could be a singer, an artist, producer, an accountant. It doesn't matter what it is. You know, if it's something that you love, walk into it. Ask God to lead you and guide you and direct your path, and so that you will know that you're going in the right direction. And then I always say, move on it, because you can have it here in the head. You can even have it written down on paper. But if you don't put it into action, it will just stay right where it is, doormat in your mind and on paper. So once again, thank you so much for joining me. And our next show will be on Sunday, March 20th at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Time, where my special guest will be radio personality, Mr. CSA 2K. And I have a special surprise host who's going to be joining me hosting my March show. So please come on out. Thank you for taking your time, because you could have been anywhere else doing whatever else you wanted to do. So thank you for being here with me this evening. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful week, and God bless you. Bye-bye.